Boca Raton Bowl, James Madison vs. Western Kentucky. In the Boca Raton Bowl, James Madison faces Western Kentucky at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time on ESPN. Both teams have had impressive seasons, but this matchup has unique storylines. James Madison, still relatively new to the bowl subdivision, is looking for its first bowl win after a solid season under coach Bob Chesney. The Dukes were in the hunt for a Sun Belt title for much of the season, but took a slight step back, especially with QB Alonzo Barnett sidelined due to injury. Despite the setback at quarterback, JMU will likely lean on its strong running back duo, George Pettaway and Wayne Knight, to carry the load. On the other hand, Western Kentucky is familiar with postseason football. The Hilltoppers have a history of making noise in bowl games, including a dramatic 21-point comeback against Old Dominion in last year's bowl game. QB Caden Velkamp is expected to play despite entering the transfer portal, but many of the key contributors that got WKU to the CUSA title game won't be available. Still, Western Kentucky has a reputation for unexpected performances, so the unpredictability factor is high. This matchup promises some intrigue, but could disappoint if either team struggles with key players' absences. James Madison could have the upper hand with a more cohesive roster, while Western Kentucky has shown that bowl games can bring out unexpected performances. With both teams shorthanded, this one may determine which side can adapt quickly and seize the momentum. LA Bowl number 24 UNLV vs. California. Later in the evening, number 24 UNLV faces California in the LA Bowl at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on ESPN. UNLV's season has been a roller coaster, with the Rebels performing well, but now facing a transition as coach Barry Odom departs for Purdue. Interim coach Del Alexander will guide the team in this matchup, and UNLV has most of its key players available, including QB Hajj Malik Williams, WR Ricky White, and RB Jayden Thomas. With a strong roster intact, UNLV wants to make a statement in what could be one of its final games under Alexander's leadership. California, meanwhile, is going through its transition, especially at quarterback. QB Fernando Mendoza is in the transfer portal, leaving CJ Harris or Chandler Rogers to take over. To add to the Bears' challenges, top WR Nizia Hunter is also in the portal, leaving a void in the passing game. However, RB Jayden may fully recover from his ankle injury, which could boost California's offense. The Bears have struggled in the Pac-12, posting a 2-6 record in conference play, so they'll need a strong performance to hang with the Rebels. This game could be a long night for California if the Rebels come out with something to prove. UNLV has the momentum, the key players, and the drive to finish strong. California's transition phase and key personnel losses could make this a difficult matchup for them. However, if Ott and the defense can step up, the Bears might be able to keep it closer than expected. But all things considered, UNLV looks like the team to beat in this one. Both games feature intriguing storylines, but the outcome will ultimately depend on which team can adapt and overcome the challenges of missing key players. The Boca Raton Bowl and the LA Bowl both offer something different, and while surprises are always possible, it's hard to bet against the more complete teams in these matchups.